Hey, good morning. You know what? I heard that you might not know how to shuck corn. It's July 5th and I am shucking corn. My husband's pulled it all out of the garden this morning and we've got about 150 ears. So we're getting that done today. It's beautiful here in Tennessee. The sun is shining and a beautiful blue sky. So I want to show you how to shuck corn if you don't know how. So come on over and let's do a few ears together. Now look, we do not use pesticides, so you're going to see some worm residue or you're going to see some bugs that's been in here, but we're going to cut that off. We're going to take care of that and we're going to have some good corn for this winter. So let's get started shucking corn. Okay, so like I said, we are pesticide free, so we don't spray our corn, so you're going to have some worms in there sometime. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut with a knife very carefully about 2 inches or at least an inch down the cob so that I can get rid of that right away. I'm just going to let that fall. Once I cut that off, then I can just take my hand and pull back almost half of those shucks and a lot of the silks with it. And then you're going to have that little bit of stalk at the end, and I'm just going to brace it on my knee and break that off. Once I have all the shucks off, there's going to be sometimes you're going to have places that you need to trim that the worms have been. So I'm just going to take my knife and just slice that off. And then when I take it in the house, I'll wash it before I cook it or before I cut it off and make sure it's all nice and clean. But now the next step would be to silk it. So you're going to take your fingers and just pull all those silks off. And if you have a brush, you can brush it off. Sometimes a towel, you want to keep a towel handy to keep your fingers dry because corn has a lot of sugar in it and it will be sticky. So you want to keep your hands from being so sticky. You can keep a towel handy. But this is not a one-man job. I have my husband here helping me. So we're going to get this done. Hopefully soon my son and his wife will be over to help because we're going to try to share some of this with them. So here's an ear of corn, nice and clean and ready to cook. Okay, let's do one here nice and tight so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just cutting that top off, pulling it back. I'm going to lay my knife down, pull those shucks off, go around and pull as much of that shuck and silk off at the same time as I can. And look at the time saver. You don't have to sit there and peel one shuck at a time. Clean that edge up and brush those silks off. Pull them off with your fingers. Whatever you can do to get those silks off. You don't really want a mouthful of silks when you eat your corn. That's an ear of corn. That's beautiful. Okay, I was telling you guys about corn worms. And if you don't spray, you're going to have worms, especially here in Tennessee. I don't know about any other part of the country, but that's a corn worm. And that's why I like to cut down low. You get rid of that, you don't have to deal with it, and it's gone. But that's a corn worm. And if you don't get your corn picked in time, it will destroy an entire ear. Anyways, I know that's going to gross some people out, but I prefer having a little bitty corn worm as pesticide on my corn. So I grow my own if I can. Last year wasn't a good year, but this year's been amazing. So here's the ear of corn that is not really full. It's got the grooves in the end. So anyway, this would probably be a typical ear that I would cut off the cob and have it whole kernel and freeze it. A lot of the pretty ears we'll probably just put up in the freezer. Good morning. It's July 5th here. It's July 5th everywhere.